Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable. Kotak Mutual Fund presents Invest Mentor in association with Network 18.
Hello and welcome to this special show Invest Mentor, presented to you by Kotak Mahindra Mutual Fund in association with Network 18. This is an investor education initiative by Kotak Mahindra Mutual Fund. I'm Sonia Shenoy. Well, this Invest Mentor series is for anyone and in fact everyone who wants to build their personal wealth in a planned, systematic way. Over the coming few weeks through Invest Mentor series, we will cover all aspects about investing, how to begin, the basic concepts you must know, be it debt or equity, the choice of products that you must make. The pure aim is to enlighten our viewers, helping them to meet all of their financial goals. Today on the show, we discuss about benefits of financial freedom. If you are financially independent, then in difficult times like the pandemic that we're dealing with, you will not find any reason to panic. You can pursue your dreams and get extra spending power to add more comfort in your life. Also, you can retire at the right time without worrying about the future. So you can work because you want to, not because you have to. What are the kind of investments that can help individuals become financially independent? Are mutual fund investments the best way to prepare for the future? To discuss all of this and more, I'm joined by Nilesh Shah, the Group President and Managing Director of Kotak Mahindra Asset Management Company Limited. Nilesh, of course, has decades of experience in creating wealth for investors, so he'll be best placed to tell us how to approach this. Nilesh, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us. I want to start by asking you, how does an investor become financially independent? Are mutual funds the only way to do this? And if yes, what are the benefits?
So, Sonia, thank you for inviting me on this show. There are many paths to nirvana. Same way, there are many paths to getting financial freedom. But basic ingredients remains the three common things. One, you have to be a long-term investor. You can't grow mango unless until you wait for 12 years. Second, you have to be a regular investor. No matter how small amount you are investing, but doing it regularly creates a steady stream of investment. Little drops of water make ocean. And third, and the most important, is the disciplined asset allocation. Many people lose money because they look at the past return and invest. Many people lose money because when markets go down, they get afraid and redeem at the wrong time. A diversification across debt, equity, real estate, commodities, offshore assets will create a portfolio which should outperform inflation. Don't put all your eggs in one basket is applicable here also. So while there are many paths to getting financial freedom, the core ingredients remains long-term investing, regular investing, and disciplined asset allocation.
Okay. You know, it's interesting how this market is so under-penetrated. As per the RBI's latest report as well, there's hardly 3 or 4% of people in India that are invested in financial assets, let alone mutual funds. So just tell us, what are the big benefits of investing in mutual funds? And for someone who perhaps is beginning their journey, how does one plan it?
So essentially, mutual fund provides a very convenient tool for pulling resources from retail investors under professional management for investment in markets. Over the last 15, 20, 30 years, many mutual fund schemes have outperformed broad market indices to deliver value-added return to investors. But value-added return is just one component of mutual fund. There are many other hidden benefits. Most mutual funds will give you a diversified portfolio for as little investment as 100 rupees. It is also very convenient. You can invest it from your home. You can invest it via technology platform. You can invest even in physical mode if you need. Third, and the most important, is the professional management. Many errors, omissions which retail investors make, professional fund managers will not be committing that. And that in turn creates value add. So mutual funds provide a very, very convenient way of savings money and converting that into good investments.
So if you're talking about saving money, you're talking about investments, but I think the end goal for a lot of people, including young corporates like myself, is that you'd want to perhaps build a retirement corpus so that you can retire at any age and you can work only because you want to, not because you have to. So if I want to do that, how should I approach it in a step-by-step manner?
So essentially, Sonia, one will have to first consult a good financial advisor. An advisor who can understand your risk return profile, one who can understand your investment objective, then devise a plan for you. That plan will require all the three elements of regular investment, long-term investment, and disciplined asset allocation. It will also require regular monitoring, not on a daily basis, but once in a quarter, once in a 6 months, and making adjustments. Today, I was talking to one HNI, and I just told him that one of our funds in SIP has delivered good return. Now, this is the power of SIP in equity mutual funds, where they can deliver double-digit return. This needs to be harnessed through regular investment, long-term investment, and disciplined asset allocation, with the help of a good financial advisor.
We all keep talking about how this market is perhaps fair valued at this point. Do you suggest the right way to approach this market is through the SIP route so that you might get better levels in the months to come? Or do you think that lump sum is still the way to go? If one had to allocate it, from a long-term standpoint, what would the most prudent strategy be now?
So ideally, regular investment can only happen through SIP. A regular investment cannot be done through lump sum investment. But many a times for asset allocation, people have to make lump sum investment. If you're doing lump sum investment, you really require long-term investment horizon. You should not get worried if after your investment market corrects. You need to be patient and you need to wait it out over a longer period of time. Similarly, if you want to do lump sum investment, then there are asset allocation products available like Balance Advantage Fund. There, lump sum investment is appropriate. Lump sum investment can also be done when markets were extremely cheap, like March, April, May, June 2020 kind of period. SIP is Harfan-Mola product. It's all-weather product. You can start SIP at any point of time. As long as you have money, today is the best day to start your SIP.
Okay, so today is the best day to start your SIP. But if one wants to start an SIP, given that we are at this juncture in the market with record highs, do you suggest the best way is to approach large cap mutual funds or invest into large cap mutual funds? Or perhaps if one has a higher risk appetite, then even sort of mid caps and small caps are the way to go. How would you sort of distribute 100 rupees between large, mid and small cap mutual funds, or even perhaps hybrid funds for that matter?
So for extremely conservative investors who just need little higher return from fixed income fund, albeit at a little higher risk and volatility, they can look at debt hybrid scheme, they can look at equity savings scheme, or they can look at Balance Advantage Fund. A combination of these three funds, SIP, will deliver good portfolio for extremely conservative investors. You take one step further on conservatism in terms of conservative investor. You can invest in balanced fund. You can invest in large cap fund. You can even take some exposure in large and mid cap fund. These three funds will give good portfolio for conservative investors. If you are average investors, you can look at large and mid cap fund. You can look at multi cap fund. You can look at flexi cap fund. This portfolio will be a good combo for average investors. You go one further step ahead, an aggressive investors, he can look at focused fund, he can look at mid-cap fund, he can look at small-cap fund. Now, there is also extreme aggression where you can look at small-cap funds, you can look at sectoral funds, and this is how one can create a portfolio which will be suitable to their risk profile.
Okay, got that. And what is the fund manager's role in all of this? The reason I ask is because a lot of people recommend picking fund managers before you pick the fund. Like if the fund manager has credibility, if he has years of experience, then perhaps it's a safer way to approach things. Would you concur with that view? Also, given that there's so much fear and uncertainty in in today's times with COVID, is the way to go just picking a fund manager and then approaching the fund, or do you do it the other way around?
So, to create a successful winning team, you require not only good players, but you also need good coach. You also need good manager. You also need good mental coach. You also need physical fitness trainer. When all these ingredients come together, we can see a winning team coming together. But people only realize the players. They don't realize that there is a support system behind those players. So my recommendation is that, of course, you have to recognize the player or the fund manager, but you also have to recognize the support system behind that. What is the investment process? What is the research team? What is the discipline followed at the fund house in terms of philosophy? All those ingredients coming together create the winning combo.
Okay, Nilesh, I have many more questions for you, but we have to take a short commercial break. Don't go anywhere. Lots more coming up on InvestMentor. Stay with us.
Kotak Mutual Fund presents InvestMentor in association with Network 18. Kotak Mutual Fund presents InvestMentor in association with Network 18.
Welcome back, folks. You're still tuned in to this special show, InvestMentor, presented to you by Kotak Mahindra Mutual Fund in association with Network 18. What we're trying to do is put together an investor education initiative launched by Kotak Mahindra Mutual Fund, of course, where we're trying to plan your mutual fund journey or investment journey so that you can achieve all of your goals. And primary being, of course, retirement goals, children's education, travel, and lots more. Now, before the break, we were in conversation with Nilesh Shah, who was telling us how to systematically plan your investments. Nilesh, you put together a very good framework as to how we should sort of go ahead with this investment planning. But just tell us, for someone who's perhaps starting off, what are the 2 or 3 top things that he or she should be looking at? What should their goals be? What is their risk profile? Because there's so much available in the market. There's equity, there's debt, there's gold, there's real estate. So even in terms of pure asset allocation, how should one approach it?
So essentially, number one, everyone has to look at their requirement. And my first recommendation will be, let income minus expenses equal to savings be not the leading light for you. Let it be income minus savings equal to expenses. So there has to be an obligation of saving every month something, no matter how much income you are earning. Number two, saving alone is not sufficient. You have to invest it wisely so that it can grow over a period of time. In the world of investments, there are many complexities. So it is important to get a guiding help, a trusted financial advisor who can sit with you, allocate assets across various portfolios, create a financial plan which will help achieve the objectives, and most importantly, during market volatility, handhold you so that you remain committed to your long-term objective. A disciplined asset allocation is extremely critical. Please invest not looking at the past performance, but what is the future potential across debt, equity, commodity, real estate, and offshore assets. The whole objective is that this portfolio should outperform inflation year on year, every year, to create real wealth for you.
So since you are someone who has seen so many cycles and you have decades of market experience, where are we right now in the market cycle? I mean, this is a market that has climbed every wall of worry. Do you think that we're headed for some consolidation or perhaps some profit taking? Or is this a market that is still at the start of a multi-year upcycle?
I still believe market has a lot of room to go up. Of course, there will be corrections in the market. Up and down, teji or mandi is very much part of the market. But for a disciplined investor, there is still opportunity to make money in this market. India will continue to grow. There is plenty of capital liquidity available today in the world, which will move towards India. And the buying by domestic as well as foreign investors will keep market supported. More importantly, corporate India is making huge profitability. That profits will also support the market. So overall, even at this level of index, for a long-term investor, there will be many opportunities.
Since this is an investor education initiative and we're trying to sort of, help our viewers create wealth for themselves, which is so important in these pandemic times. I mean, no one knows whether you'll have your job 6 months from now, whether your industry will be relevant or not, right, given COVID. What is the one piece of advice that you'd want to give investors who are just starting off and perhaps don't know, how to approach this space?
So my simple advice is that in our culture, many a times we have been told, don't run after money. Money is not everything in life. But my recommendation is that please remember this quote: money is not everything. Money is not important in life. But make sure that you have made enough money before you make such statement. I think we have to give due importance to money because it gives us financial freedom. And whether you lose job or whether you just want to work for the sake of working it, having financial freedom is extremely critical. And a disciplined investment, long-term investment and regular investment will help you achieve your financial freedom far earlier than you can imagine today.
Absolutely. There is this acronym which has become very popular in the US now, FIRE, which is Financially Independent, Retire Early. I'm sure it's going to come to India very soon, given the burnout rates of young individuals. Is that something that you would recommend, that, if you start early, perhaps you can even retire early? Should that be the eventual goal?
So, Sonia, my take on this thing is a little bit different. In our culture, we have been kind of compartmentalized as brahmacharyasram, where you are supposed to study, then gruhasthasram, where you are supposed to create wealth and build family, then vanprasthasram, where you are supposed to work for the society and spend your money for charity, and sannyasasram, which is spiritualism. I think all of us should focus on our responsibility. We should create wealth and then spend that wealth wisely for the improvement of society.
Okay, that is some wise and sane advice coming in from someone who's seen decades of perhaps market cycles and of course decades of wealth creation, right? So Nilesh, just to summarize, just to sum it up, I mean, this is a very good initiative that has been started by Kotak Mahindra Mutual Fund, Invest Mentor. But what went into it? What was the thought behind it? And what is the plan going forward?
So Sonia, when we were doing search about topics for Investment Mentor, and by and large, we have been meeting investors who have been investing into mutual funds or who are ready to invest in mutual funds. But one day when I was reading newspaper, I realized that in one particular city, a lot of people lost money in collective investment scheme. And they were all losing money because, they were promised abysmally high return, which were unrealistic. I did some Google search and found out that more than 1 lakh crore has been lost in collective investment scheme in just last 20 odd years. And this is based on the newspaper published reports. I'm sure there may be many more things which is not published. Today, there is still a greed-driven investor across society, across India, which needs to be taught basics of financial investment, basics of financial discipline. Unfortunately, this is neither in school curriculum nor in college curriculum. You have to learn it in practical life. And that's where we thought that why not make a small beginning, lit a candle in the darkness so that financial education can be spread. And what better platform we could have chosen other than CNBC TV 18, Network 18, which is reaching out to the length and breadth of India. And through this combined effort, if we can light a simple candle, some darkness will be dispelled.
Oh, absolutely. I completely echo your thought, Nilesh. Financial literacy is something that has been very close to our hearts as well. And thank you so much for starting this initiative in collaboration with Network 18. We hope to, spread financial literacy over the months, years, days, of course, to come. Thanks a lot for joining us. All right, folks, thanks for watching this episode of Invest Mentor. Lots more coming up, so do stay tuned in.
Kotak Mutual Fund presents Invest Mentor in association with Network 18.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.
Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.